foremost, before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that root well and taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akim that's pushing his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect and risking their lives and freedoms to do so, definitely more so now than ever before. This is the brother Zion Amon from the GMS Detroit by Camp, and this is going to be a quick lesson regarding who are the Carmanians, which is mentioned basically only one time in the scriptures, in the Apocrypha, showing first and foremost, the Apocrypha is a part of the Holy Bible, You have to get yourself a 1611 King James Version Bible, and you will see that the Apocrypha is basically meshed right in between the so-called Old and New Testament. And it's always been there. But you've had these Edomites in the form of the Bible Destruction Group, to where, they basically remove the Apocrypha from the scriptures, because in the Apocrypha, it makes things plain, It names names, namely dealing with the Greeks, and associating the Edomites with the Greek Empire, which helps highlight, Daniel the 2nd chapter, dealing with the leopard, and a host of other, prophecies, but the Apocrypha is of a great deal. So I'm doing this lessons on the heel of Apostle Tahar's video. I forget the title. He does so many videos, as you know. But in one of his recent videos, he mentioned Iran, basically the fallout between Iran and Israel, and I believe he had to have brought out 2 Ezra 15, but he didn't go into who the Carmanians are, so I'm going to just highlight that point real quick. And chiefly, it just takes a little bit of research, just have to have the mind, like the Church of Berea, and look into things, research, namely by way of Google. The Lord set up the internet for that, for us, for the men of the Lord, the prophets, to be able to look into things, to confirm, to ultimately confirm what the scriptures say. So I'll read the scripture, and then we'll go to Google and I'll bring it out. But real quick, this is 2 Ezra 15 and 28, and it reads, "Behold, in a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east regarding the so-called Middle East," because that's where everything gonna pop off at, and that's why you're seeing so much, turmoil go on in that area, and namely concerning, the Palestinians, so-called fools over there in Israel right now, and then now, as of late, the Iranians, so, and basically that area is the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, or if you read in, what's that, Joel 3, it'll say Jehoshaphat, but that's Yahweh Shaphat, meaning the Lord's judgment, Yahweh's judgment. That's where World War III is going to kick off at. So that's the East. The East that is referring to again in this 2 Ezra 15:28 is the so-called Middle East. Reading on, it says 29, "Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them," the Arabs dealing with the so-called mixed people, the Ishmaelites, their chariots meaning their tanks and all their military force, It says, "And the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Yeah, when those you start seeing all these military forces, join sides, it's going to be indeed a terrible sight. All right, a beautiful sight at the same time, because we know, hey, that's the last moments of the end. You only got a few chief prophecies to go. All right, namely the MOTB. All right, aka the Mark of the Beast. All right, written of in Revelation the 13th chapter, and then World War III. All right, and then the kingdom. So reading on verse 30, and this is the point. Also the Carmanians. All right, also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come, and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. All right, prophetically, all right, the Assyrians is dealing with America. All right, because again, all right, these shall hate the horde. All right, the NATO, EU forces. Right, all these nations are going to join sides, all right, and they're gonna have a common enemy in America, right? So spiritually, all right, the Assyrians is dealing with America, and America will be annihilated, all right. So going into the Carmanians, already added up, all right. You look up Carmanian, all right. Here's Carmania, the region, all right, right off the top. Old Persian, all right, Middle Persian is a historical region that approximately corresponds to the current province of Kerman. You see, Iran, it was a province of the Achaemenid, Seleucid, Parthenian, and Sasanian Empire. The region bordered Persia proper in the west, all right, and that's basically the point. So now what we can do from here is click on the word Iran. Allow me, but basically he gave me the Kerman province, right, which it says here is the largest of the 31 provinces of Iran. So you should get the drift, right? All right, that Carmania is dealing with Iran. Alright, now I also took the liberty of just putting in Persia, right, in Google. And as you see, when you put in Persia, what comes up? Iran. Because that was the original name of Iran before it was changed. Persia is the original name before it was changed to Iran. Alright, or Iran, okay, which I want to say that was in 1933 or 35. Let's see. Yep, here you go, right here. Iran, also known as Persia, and officially the Islamic Republic of Iran, is a country in West Asia. Alright. See, it ain't really no. And that lets you know that Middle East term is a farce. Alright. Reza Shah became the new king, the name was changed to Iran in an effort to signify a new beginning. Iran made its allegiance clear to the world by changing Persia's name to Iran or Arya, which means the land of the Aryans. Persia, or Iran, had been greatly impacted by the Soviet Union and Great Britain before 1935. Alright. Also, in the Pocket Sword app, I looked up Persia. And it says an ancient empire extending from the Indus to Thrace and from the Caspian Sea to the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf. The Persians were originally a Medic tribe which settled in Persia on the eastern side of the Persian Gulf. They were Aryans. Alright, that's the point I wanted. Their language belonged to the eastern division of the Indo-European group. You see here that we just read, right, that Iran, as they say, according to Google, means land of the Aryans. You see, so it all ties up, it all comes together to where you can see clearly. Alright? And that's the thing with scripture, man, to really get a better understanding of prophecy, you got to know the biblical nationalities, right, of the people of the earth, right? Everyone has a biblical nationality, right? But Esau has influenced this world in changing names, right, to basically confuse, namely Israel, all right, because it's all about keeping you Israelites in the dark. That is, you so-called Negroes, Blacks, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? But this is just one facet of the reason why a lot of people can't get this word. You know, they can't get it, they can't understand prophecy because they don't see themselves in the book. You know, you don't have a, you can't tie a face, to a particular nation because you don't know who's who. Because we're going off all these new titles, Black and African American, Mexican, Chinese, Japanese, those are not biblical nationalities. Alright? The Bible doesn't necessarily deal with color, but the people of the Bible are people of color. But more specific, alright, the Lord chose one nation out of all, alright? And that nation is the nation of Israel. Just showing that nationality is very important. Right? And again, that's how you get an understanding of who's who in the scriptures. Right? Another point I want to get is that right here, it says there are many reasons. Let's do this. Alright, right here, just a random article I pulled up. It just helps solidify the point that the ancient Persians are the modern day Iranians. All right, so real quick, united against America, Russia-Iran military cooperation is a looming threat. You see that Russia and Iran military cooperation is a looming threat. All right, just jumping down to the point that I found. It says there are many reasons why Russia and Iran are not formal allies. Their rulers don't trust one another. They compete with each other on energy markets, and Iran's revolutionary Shiite ideology sits uneasily with Russia's conservatism. When it comes to military matters, though, however, right, they're at odds with certain issues, but when it comes to war, all right, military, all right, might, what it says they are drawing ever closer, uniting in their opposition to the United States, because that's prophecy. That's Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. Right? So it don't matter what differences they have, the Lord set it up to where these two nations are going to join forces. Right? Let's see. I started at the top. This is Ezekiel 38:1, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And just, I don't have time to really go into it, but basically this is dealing with Russia. All right, the ancient land of known as Gog. All right, it's the same landmass is where Russia is today. Right, let's get an ancient map and you'll be able to line it all up. But it says, and say, thus said Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Also, one quick point, Pastor Tuhar brought this out, that chief prince, all right, in the Hebrew, when you go into it, it's Rayash Shah, all right, chief, all right, Rayash, and Shah is prince, so Rayash Shah, or Russia, all right, so if you can understand that through the Spirit, it says, verse 4, and I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and I will, in all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. All right, and this is why you see Russia talking tough. All right, they have animosity, all right, for America, and hey, this is the Lord that's brought them back into that Cold War spirit, or the spirit they had before the Cold War, and now the Lord turning it into a hot war, all right, to where these Russian military troops and Putin leading in charge, like they active, they ready, to set it off, because Russia is gonna be the one that leads the charge in throwing down America. All right. Now, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. So see that Persia, all right, which we've already established that the Carmanians are the Persians, and the Persians are the Iranians. All right, just gotta follow the biblical or the historical line. All right, and then we just read the article how Russia and Iran are basically joining forces against America. All right, when we read Ezekiel 38, we see that Persia is tied to the land of Magog, and all right, the people of the land of Magog are the Russians. So see, it all comes together. All right, it's all crystal clear. All right, when you have this spiritual, when the Lord increases, your spiritual identity. So I'm gonna just pretty much leave it at that. Lord willing. Hope this was edifying. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to the Akim that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.